which of the following is not correct with respect to cyanobacteria? You know, cyanobacteria is a blue-green algae. They are type of algae. They are considered a type of algae, but it is largely different from algae. Let me read the question for you. Cyanobacteria contains only one form of chlorophyll, chlorophyll a green pigment, the blue pigment, phycobilins, and the red pigment, phycoerythrin. B is all the species of cyanobacteria can fix atmospheric nitrogen. C is they are also blue-green algae. And fourth, D is cyanobacteria lacks a membrane-bound nucleus, mitochondria, Golgi apparatus, chloroplast, and endoplasmic reticulum. So it has the question asked which of the following is wrong. So this is correct. They have chlorophyll A, green pigment, and blue pigment. But C is also correct. This is a blue-green algae. Yes, they are called blue-green algae. Cyanobacteria lack membrane-bound structures. Yes, because they are prokaryotes. They are not eukaryotes. Now the thing is, option B is not correct. Option B says all the species of cyanobacteria can fix atmospheric nitrogen. No, all the species don't fix atmospheric nitrogen. I have discussed here. Only some species can fix atmospheric nitrogen. Example is anabin and nostac. Cyanobacteria resemble eukaryotic algae in many ways, including morphological characters and ecological niche, and were at one time treated as algae. Hence, the common name of blue-green algae has been given to them. And like other prokaryotes, cyanobacteria lack a membrane-bound nucleus, mitochondria, Golgi apparatus, chloroplast, and endoplasmic reticulum. So, hope this is clear to you. Now we move on to next question. Which of the following is not correctly matched? Okay, so at one place it is given algae, and the next part B, column B is reserve food material, which stores. So Cyanophyces starch, Chlorophyces starch, and Cyanophyces maxophycean starch. Yes, it is right. Physiophyces laminarian or mannitol, and Rhodophyces leucocyanin. So fourth one is wrong. Fourth one is wrong because all the three, A is correctly matched, B is also correctly matched, C is also correctly matched, D is in red algae, that is Rhodophyces. It is floridin starch, okay, which is the storage material. Here you can see in Rhodophyces or Rhodophyces, floridin starch is the reserve food material. So for second question, the option is D. Now let's move to third question. Which of the following is correct regarding algae? Chlorella is being used in space research. Option A. Porophora, Olva, Corolla, Alinaria, Rhodomania, Chondrus, Laminaria, and Nostac are most commonly used in edible forms. B. This is the second one. And the third one is the seaweed like Ascophyllum, Fucus, and Laminaria are used as a fodder for sheep and cattle. Carrageenan extract act as a blood coagulant. Now we have to select the correct pair. So in this case, what do you think is right? Yes, chlorella is used in space. This is correct. Second is also correct because these species of algae are used in edible form. Third is also right. Ascophyllum and Fucus and Laminaria is used as fodder for sheep and cattle. Fourth is also correct. Carrageenan extracts act as a blood coagulant. Yes, it acts as a blood coagulant. So all of them are correct. Okay, here is the explanation. Let me tell you how it is. Porphyra, Olva, Chlorella, Alinaria, Rhodomania, Chondrus, Laminaria, Nostac are mostly commonly used in eatable form. Okay, people of China and Japan, that is along the coast, they have long been using seaweeds and other algae as a source of food. Chlorella has been very suitable for keeping this air and space vehicles pure as long as interplanetary flights are concerned. The stale air in which the carbon dioxide have been concentrated is fed into the floodlit container containing the mixture of water and nutrient chemicals and chlorella. Okay, the seaweeds like Ascophyllum, Fucus, and Laminaria are used for sheep and cattle because of its high mineral and vitamin content. Seaweed meal is very nutritious also. And the fourth is This is a Chondrus crapus, the component of toothpaste, cosmetics, paints are ready for cup, and carrageenan is often used as a extract, which is used as a blood coagulant. So answer D is also correct. Okay. Now this was the economic importance of various classes of algae. You can see how the various classes, like chlorella is a green algae. So it is used for the oxygen, improving the oxygen concentration of the space flight. And the other species, these are seaweeds. Seaweeds means they are marine algae. So people along the coast use them for as a food, source of food. Okay. Now question number 3rd. It has asked Neurospora crassia is known as the Drosophila of plant kingdom. Okay. Why it is known as Drosophila of plant kingdom? Actually, Drosophila is an organism. It is an animal. Basically, it is an insect which is used for many of the experiments. Similarly, why it is Drosophila of the plant kingdom means like we in animal kingdom we use this as a animal kingdom we use Drosophila as a instrument for scientific research. And Cavisex purpurea is related to ergot of rye. Yes, it is a fungi which is used for extraction of ergot of. This ergot of rye is a disease. Okay. Colinitrichum falcatum is it is also a fungal disease which causes red roots of sugarcane. Okay. Alternaria sonrai, it is connected with Tika disease. So 4th one is wrong. You just this is which is incorrectly matched. Incorrectly matched. Just give attention to what has been said. Incorrectly matched. Okay. So this is correctly matched. This is correctly matched. This is also correctly matched. But this is not correctly matched. Why? Alternaria sonrai is related to. It is related to early bite of potato. And Tika disease is related to what? It is related to groundnut. Okay. So groundnut, Carpospora personata, and there are 2 species which causes the diseases. Mainly Carpospora personata is also a fungal disease, which in groundnuts they call the groundnut they cause the diseases. So this has been wrongly matched. Okay. They are saying incorrectly matched. Look, this is the explanation. Tika disease, the circular neurotic dark brown or blackish leaf spots which develops in groundnut because of Carpospora personata. Okay. This is a fungal disease. And Alternaria sonrai cause early blight of potato. Okay. And tomato also. Potato and tomato they call. They develop a small brown and oval brown spot with concentric rings. Like this. Concentric rings. Okay. Brown spot. Oval like this. Brown spots. Okay. So now we move on to question number 5. This question says which are correctly matched. A very dominant thick wall structure which is produced by a direct fusion of hyphae are called ascospores. B is nuclear fission in Basidium is done by process of mitosis. C is Rhizopus blackbread mold undergoes sexual reproduction and produces basidiospores. And D is imperfect fungi lack sexual reproduction and possesses a special genetic recombination called disexuality. Now we have to say which is correctly matched. Okay. We have to pay attention to which is correctly matched. So a very dominant and thick structure which is produced by a direct fusion of hyphae is not called ascospore. Okay, it is called zygospore. This is wrong. Okay. And nuclear fission in Basidium is done by the process of mitosis. This is also wrong. It is done by meiosis. Okay. And Rhizopus blackthread mold undergoes sexual reproduction and produce a basidiospore. No, they don't produce basidiospore. Basidiospore is for agaricus, that is basidiomycetes. And imperfect fungi lack sexual reproduction. Yes, part of the statement is true. They lack sexual reproduction. It is true. And they possess a special genetic recombination called disexuality. No, this is not true. It is parasexuality. I have discussed here. They produces parasexuality. Okay, genetic recombination. The type of genetic recombination that they undergo and they produces, the process is parasexuality. First one is a very romantic structures which is produced by direct fusion of 5p is called zygospore. Okay, and imperfect fungi lack sexual reproduction and possesses a special genetic recombination. It is called parasexuality. And nuclear fusion in basidium is done to the process of meiosis that I have already told. Rhizopus blackboard mold undergoes a sexual reproduction and they produces zygospore. Okay, here they have given they produces basidiospore. No, they produces zygospore. They produces zygospore. Okay. Which question, ma'am? Which question means? What do you mean to say? Just please elaborate what you want to ask. Okay. Now, question number 6. Question number 6 says fungi with the relative economic importance is given. Mark the incorrect pair. Okay, when the question is asked, just pay attention to what they are saying. Mark the incorrect pair. Okay. So, which is incorrect, that you have to mark. First thing, whenever the question comes, you just go through the process of reading the question carefully. It was the initial concept when people used to write correct pair, match the correct pair. Now you have to say, they even asked which is the incorrect pair. So, Saccharomyces cerevisiae is for alcohol production. Yes, it is right. You very well know. Aspergillus niger is for citric acid production. Yes. Penicillium niloticum is for penicillin production. This is also right. It is very well known. Alexander Fleming, he produced penicillin from Penicillium niloticum. You know that. And notatium and Penicillium notatium, sorry. And now the D option, Aspergillus flavus. Aspergillus flavus is not for streptomycin because streptomycin is produced from strain of Streptomyces griseus. Okay, this is the organism behind streptomycin production. In each, the two bacterial strains which produce fungal strains which produces antibiotic is penicillin. One is penicillium, that is penicillin is produced by Penicillium notatum, and Aspergillus streptomyces is produced by Streptomyces griseus. Okay, so now we move on to next question. This is question number 7th. Okay, what it says taxonomy is the science, okay, of naming, describing and classifying organism, and includes all the plants, animals and microorganisms of the world. Is this right? Yes, it's very correct. Taxonomy is the science of naming. Yes, it is right. Describing, yes, and classifying the organism, and it includes all the plants, animals and microorganisms of the world. Yes, so taxonomy is used for animals also, for plant also, and for microorganisms also. Okay. Now phylogeny is the evolutionary history or lineage of one or more groups of organisms. It is based on study of fossils, comparative anatomy and other field of study. So this is also correct. How this is correct? Because phylogeny actually is the evolutionary history, like from which organism it had started, then it bifurcated into which organism, then how the next organism. So like a phylogenetic tree, you must be knowing. Okay, how is from initial organism the various bifurcations, phylums, classes, families, genera. So this is how we study. How this is related, who is the closest ancestor, who is the ancestor, who is the distant ancestor. So this is how phylogenetic tree is studied to understand the evolutionary history or lineage of one or more group of organism, and it is based on study of fossils, comparative anatomy and other field of study. Okay, and third is systematics includes much broader aspect. That includes not only the morphology and anatomy, but also the genetics, molecular biology, behavioral aspects, and evolutionary biology. So basically, all these three things, that is, all these three topics or all these three branches of biology is one or other way related to each other. When we say taxonomy, we are describing and classifying the organism, and it includes all plants, animals. Phylogeny is evolutionary history. How the things, how the animal, how the plant, how the microorganisms have evolved from one to other. Okay. And this can be done by study of fossils, by study of comparative anatomy and other fields of study. Okay. Now, systematics include a much broader aspect that includes not only morphology and anatomy. This is also correct. It includes genetic also. It includes microbiology also. It includes the behavior aspect and the evolutionary biology. Okay. Hope you got it. So these three statements are absolutely correct. Okay. Because in systematics we use the RNA, okay, ribosomal RNA to trace the history, which organism is related, and behavior aspects also, evolutionary biology also. So all these are interrelated. Taxonomy, phylogeny and systematics, they all are interrelated. And this is the option D, that is all of the above statements are correct. Okay, I have given the explanation. Taxonomy is the science, and systematics is a study of identification, nomenclature, classification and the relationship among different living beings. Systematics is a study and classification of living things. The term systematic was called by Linnaeus, father of taxonomy. Okay. And evolutionary history of genetically related organism is also called phylogeny. Okay. Evolutionary history of genetic related. How evolution took place and which organism is genetically related to the other organism. Okay. Phylogeny is usually represented by a diagram called as phylogenetic tree, and an early example of phylogenetic tree was given by Darwin, and he called it the tree of life. Okay. Get coming questions, you will see how bacteria is related, how other organisms are related. I will discuss them. Now, cadiostatics. What is cadiostatics and which of the following statements are correct? Now question number 8, and the option first is, it's actually statement 1. An approach to biological classification in which organisms are categorized based on shared derived characters, and that can be traced to groups' most recent ancestors and are not present in more distant ancestors. Is such a similarity due to common phylogeny or origin from a common ancestor? Yes, this is also correct. In cladostatics taxonomy, each evolutionary step produces a branching. Okay. So these three structures are correct. So this is the right one. I said it's an approach to biological classification in which categorized based on shared derived character. Okay. It is based on shared derived character. Okay. That can be traced to a group's most common ancestor, not present in more distant ancestor. Okay. It tells us which character is in the near ancestor and not in the distance ancestor. Is such as the similarity due to common phylogeny origin from a common ancestor. Yes. What are that? Is such as the similarity due to common phylogeny or origin from a common ancestor. This is also correct. Now the third is, in cladostatics taxonomy, each evolutionary step produces a branching. Yes, this is also right. So all the three are correct. So select the code from the following, all the above. This 1 is also correct, 2 is also correct, and 3 is also correct. Now we move on to, this is the explanation given. Okay. Cladostatics refers to the biological classification that involves the characterization of organism based on shared traits. Remember this word. Whenever it comes cladostatics, you have to say shared trait. Okay. Shared traits. Organisms are typically grouped by how closely related, and they are thus cladostatics can be used to take the ancestry back to common ancestors and evolution of various characteristics. Okay. Next. You can see it now. Question number 9. Which are correctly matched? Monocarpellary. Monocarpellary means one carpel is present. You know what is carpel? Carpel is the female part, female genital part. Okay. Multicarpellary, when more than one carpel are present. Okay. Apocarpus, free carpus, yes. And syncarpus, yes, carpels are fused. Okay. So this is from morphology. Okay. Here all the options has been correctly matched. So option is D. Monocarpal. Mono, the word itself says one carpel. One carpel. And multi means more than one carpel. Okay. Apocarpus, carpus are free. Syncarpus, when carpus are fused. So option D is correct. Correctly matched. Okay. Now here comes the answer. I have explained you already. It was all were correctly matched. Okay.